Testing. Testing. Testing 1 2. 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 Okay, well, welcome to everybody. Let's see, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. So we are going to try this for the very first time. I am going to lower myself over here. Right, I don't know how my sound is. All right, that water that you see is actually a fountain. Okay, here we go. I want to get this a little bit further apart. Okay, my microphone, and okay, it seems to be pretty decent. So welcome, guys, welcome to everybody. Let me turn my chats. Okay, my chats are on. All right, I want to welcome everybody to this live stream today. I'm actually at one of my favorite places. I do all of my breakfast and my lunches out here. It's really good. I actually love the area of the Winter Park area. Yes, it's. I'm drinking a coffee, and it's just kind of like very watery. It's very rich coffee, and they do have some really good dishes here, and I kind of like coming out here because to be honestly truthful, the people that are out here in this area are really nice. They're very conscientious. They're very nice all the way around. I don't know. I don't know how to put it to you, all right? But it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So I love this area. If you're listening to kind of like some noise, it's because on the other side of me. Let me show you what's on the other side of me. Let me kind of do this way. All right, turn this around for you. All right, see on the other side of me, there's that water fountain. Okay, so that water fountain is what you guys are hearing in the background. All right, oops. Let me turn that around and bam. Okay, I'm back. My name is Charles Richard, and welcome to Orlando for Fun. And we love, to hear from you guys. Today, we are going to be talking about certain things. Let me all right. I'm kind of messing around a little bit with my phone. I'm doing this broadcast, okay, from my phone because I want to show you my Fujifilm setup, how to do a setup for live streaming. All right, I don't have two cameras. All right, so I'm actually gonna show how my setup, my portable setup is, and then kind of like walk you through the steps on how to set your cell for streaming. Right now, this particular stream, I've got it at 1080. I was trying to do 4K, but apparently YouTube is saying that there's some sort of a latency or something, and it might be because I don't have enough strong signal. My signal here is not that strong. I do have a 5G. It's kind of intermittent, it's not very stable. So if I see that it's not very stable, then I go ahead and I lower my resolution a little bit down. And so I'm doing a 1080 stream, and it seems to be working very well. I'm monitoring it on my laptop so I can see myself, and it seems to be very solid, very solid and very good. So let's start this show. All right, are you guys ready to start this show? I am ready, and here we go. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of stuff for you, so let's start it up. Here you go. Okay, folks, I'm back and welcome again. All right, my name is Charles Richard, and we are actually doing a full live stream. And I am so glad that you guys are here with me today. If you are here, so that is always a good thing. Let me see if I can share this with a few folks up here. Let me share it to my Facebook, and that way, some of you guys can come and join me. Come and join me live. So let's see. Let me see this. Let me type this in real quick. Let's type come and join me. All right. For all you guys that are Fujifilm lovers and you all want to, kind of like see what's out there. All right. Let's post this. All right, and let's share it. Okay, I can actually see myself very solid because I've got a very solid feed. I'm going to be here for a little bit. I'm going to eat my breakfast while I'm talking to you folks. I am in a wonderful place in Winter Park. I love it very much, and I think it's going to be awesome. For me to talk to you from here. I'm going to talk to you about this place. I want to talk to you about Fujifilm cameras, and I want to drink my coffee because I love coffee. And some of the coffee that I like is I like kind of like the dark roast. Tell me what you think about dark roast. I love dark roast. That's my favorite. I love Sumatra, but I've got a thing right now with Starbucks because I like to go inside a coffee place, whether it's sit outside or whether it's sitting inside, and sit down and drink my coffee. I don't just drive to a drive-thru, pick up my coffee and go. Okay, no, the objective to go to a coffee house is because you want to sit down inside the coffee house and drink your coffee. Otherwise I can make my own coffee at my own house. Well, why do I need to go into a Starbucks? So I've got a thing right now with them where I am have boycotted Starbucks just because of that. So I'm trying different coffee shops out here, and they are so wonderful. They're good, and I'm getting to try different blends, and it's awesome. All right. Now my sound, I don't know how my sound is right now. Okay, so I'm kind of like playing around with my sound. This is a new setup. Okay, so I'm still trying to experiment a little bit with this particular setup. And I don't know if it's overly done. So let me see if I can lower the audio a little bit. I think it might be a little bit too much. All right, so all right, let's try that. All right, maybe that helped it. I lowered it down a little bit. So you guys tell me, what you think. And let's see what we've got here. I want to make sure we are streaming. Yes, I am streaming at 1080. I am definitely streaming at 1080. All right, and anyways, let me show you the setup. But before I do that, I want to try something else. I want to go to my Facebook. I've got my laptop right next to me, and so I want to go to my Facebook, and I want to actually take a look. All right, let's see. I do want to take a look. Okay, and let's share this. All right, and let's share this with my Fujifilm gang. I call it my Fujifilm gang. I don't know what else to call them. Fujifilm enthusiasts. There's a whole bunch of us. So I'm not the only one. I don't feel like I am just it. So that's kind of a good thing. I guess. So let's share this all with the Fuji crowd. And let's see what we got here. Okay, and that one. Okay, I think I shared it all to my Fujifilm crowd. All right, so anyways, I do want to welcome you all to this particular live stream. And I do want to say that I've been doing give you a little bit of a history, okay, about me, so that you guys can better understand where I am coming from, and at the same time you guys get to know me a little bit more. All right, I've been doing professional work, all right, in the as far as videos and production work for a very, very long time. I started doing it since 1975. But I went into the medical field, right? And then what I started doing was I kept doing the professional work, but I started doing for educational purposes. So you're not gonna see like all of my, the stuff that I've done, all right, on YouTube, because most of the stuff that I've done is very medically inclined, surgeries, procedures, that sort of stuff. I went into that field because there was kind of like a niche for it. But before I did all that, I was in television. I worked television stations. I had recording studios. You can see a lot of my the stuff that I have. On my photos, portfolios, and everything else. Okay, they're pretty much. If you look through my photos, you can see all of that. And so that's a good thing. Because I have a extensive background, not only in camera equipment, but also computers, and I know how things work. So unfortunately, there's more than one way to do things. And it doesn't mean that my way is the best way, and it doesn't mean that my way is the worst way. It is just an alternative for you folks to be able to do things. You might like the solution that I present to you. You might like the way that I do these things, but if you don't, there are other solutions, all right, for all of this. Let me kind of like, I want to check something out really quick. I want to make sure, okay, my chats are not on. Okay, so my chats should go on now. All right, I want to make sure, let me say, make sure that it goes everywhere. Okay, all right, hello to everyone. I want to make sure, because I'm at the same time I'm testing this new system. All right, so I want to make sure that okay, I see my chats there. Let me see if I can see it. Okay, also, actually, I want to see if you can see it. All right, so this is an experiment for the very first time that I'm doing here. I think you might be able to, but I don't know. Okay, this is the first time that I do this. All right, so I hit it. Yes, okay, yes, it does come up. All right. Yes, absolutely. That's great. Okay, I can do chats with this system. I can do all kinds of chats. I can do all kinds of cool little things. Actually, I want to do one more thing. So hang on tight, okay? Because we're just getting ready to start. I'm outdoors, all right, and it kind of is drizzling, and it wants to rain, and it doesn't want to rain. So it's kind of crazy, but it is what it is, all right? And let me make sure that my audio is okay. Okay, and the audio seems a little low, so let me just adjust it a little bit more. Okay, there we go. All right, I adjusted it a little bit more. All right, so I'm doing all these adjustments, so kind of bear with me, because this is it's not the first time. This is the second time that I'm actually doing this with this setup, but this is the first time that I'm doing it with all the overlays. All right, and so I just want to make sure that you guys can see everything. So it looks like you can. All right, it looks like you can hear me better. All right, and what I want to do is I'm going to go back to my Facebook. All right, I want to go back to my Facebook because I've actually shared it to my Facebook. I'm not, if you look at my subscribers here at YouTube, my subscribers here at YouTube are not huge. All right, I want to say I might have, do I have 70? I think I have 70 subscribers, maybe not even that. I'm not even sure. Okay, to be honest and truthful, I don't know how many subscribers I have. Okay, maybe just 7, I don't know. I'm not a YouTuber, guys, okay? I'm not a YouTuber, all right? So I do this for fun. I do this to help you guys. And I do want to share this, okay, because I want to share this with all my buddies, okay? I want to see if I can get somebody. Let me see, where is my friends here? Here they are. Okay, let me put something here. Come join me live, and let's see if we can get somebody. Okay, and did we share it? It looks like we are sharing it right now. Okay, it looks solid and it looks good. And yes, it is a definite share. And yeah, okay, definitely let me go back to monitoring this. Okay, and yeah, I definitely want to monitor it. And okay, we're monitoring it. All right, so if you are joining me for the very first time, I want to welcome you all, okay, to this live stream. I'm live streaming on YouTube because the YouTube platform for me seems to be a little bit more solid. It seems to be a little bit more developed. I can do 4K, I can do all of that. I can do it here, okay? It gives me the ability to do this, right? And hi, Robert, how are you? Okay, and I can do all of this. The problem is, okay, that if I don't have the bandwidth, okay, if there is no bandwidth available, then it doesn't matter what you try to do or how much you try to do it, okay, it's just not going to happen. All right, so I did try to do on YouTube 4K. I do have my 4K setup here today, but because it's cloudy, it's kind of drizzling and it's cloudy, the signal was not solid, so I didn't want to go ahead and start a 4K stream and then drop the signal like what happened yesterday. That was a signal drop. It wasn't the equipment at all. The equipment is working beautiful and it's working fine, but when the signal drops, all right, then you can't see me, you know what I'm saying? And so what you got in one of those videos that you see that I posted on Facebook, you will see that towards the end I just lost connection, and it wasn't the equipment again, it was just that I lost the connection. I lost the cell connection. Cheers. So I've got today, what I've got is I actually set up my my Fuji. Okay, I set up my Fujifilm to kind of show you the setup. Okay, I kind of wanted to do it this way because I think it was a much better way to set it up. This is my Fujifilm. Okay, guys. All right. So if you see right here, okay, I've got a Optical, okay, battery. That's a 10,000 milliamp battery. You can see it that it's plugged in, right? And I've plugged it in, okay, to the port on my camera, and you can see if I turn it on. Let me turn this on right here. It's got a button right here. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on. All right, I turn it on. All right, and you can see. Okay, you see a little red thing right there. Okay, I turn the battery on. Let me see if you can see the battery. You see it right there? You see the battery? Okay, so I turned it on, all right, and it's actually powering the camera, all right? It's creating power to the camera, all right? So what it does now, with these Fuji cameras, if you're gonna power them like this, let me tell you how it works, okay? What happens with these Fuji cameras is they are not truly 100% fully powered by the battery alone. Okay, what they do is they keep a trickle. Okay, they keep charging your battery inside your camera. Meanwhile, your camera is actually using your battery. So your battery is the first one that's going to be used, but meanwhile the battery is being used, the battery is also being charged. So you have power going to the camera from an external battery source, and this external battery source actually extends the battery quite significantly, guys. It's extensive. For example, usually when I record on my X-T2 4K, I get about, I want to say, anywhere between an hour and a half, okay, recording at 4K continuously, all right, before my battery dies, and then I have to replace it for another battery. I got plenty of batteries here, but that's not the point. The point is that if you're doing a live stream, you know, you don't want to do a live stream. Let's say you're doing a 2-hour live stream, okay, you don't want to come up to a point where your battery just dies, all right, and then you know you have to stop recording, and then you have to replace the battery and restart recording, and your live stream gets interrupted, right? So with that said, you know, what I do is I add a battery, and the battery, with this battery that you see here on my XT setup, okay, this battery, you see I've got an actual grip, a handle, all right, and I mounted it with this small rig battery mount system. With this battery, I can do roughly about anywhere between 4 hours to 5 hours of physical live streaming without losing power. All right, and that's a definite 100%. That's a plus. Okay, so that's the first thing. The first thing I wanted to make sure was that I got some power, and the battery that you see here is very, very small. How small is it? Well, let's take a look. Okay, you guys are familiar with these things. Okay, these are the HDMIs. Look how small the battery is compared, okay, to that. All right, that is the size of the battery, and it's a 10,000 milliamp battery. So of course, you know, I jumped on it because it was, you know, something that would definitely be beneficial for my stream. The other thing that you want to address is your audio. Your audio from the cameras they're always not good, all right? And although there's a lot of solutions for audio, you can get a external microphone, that's 100% better. My choice being that I come from a having recording studios and having that sort of an ear, you know, I wanted something that was very clean, clear, and that would give me the ability to afterwards, you know, be able to do more with the sound. Okay, so what I chose was a digital recorder. So if you look at my system here, right? Okay, on the top side of my system, you can see it there. Okay, I've got a Roland. All right, I've got my Roland recorder, which is my Roland R07. It is a digital recorder. It is a stereo, okay, digital recorder, and I go from my output that you see here, okay, into my input on my camera, right there. All right, and what that does, it gives me clarity. It gives me a lot of clarity. All right, and it gives me the ability to really, address the issue of sound. Because although you might have the best video, if your sound is mediocre, it's not good. Okay, it's not gonna be good, and you're not going to be able to really produce, okay, or create something that the viewer is gonna have a pleasant experience. So with that said, I've added the digital recorder, and let's take a look again at my camera setup. Some guys said, hey, you've got a lot of weight on the shoe, but I don't. All right, I only have these two things. This doesn't weigh nothing. Everything that I have here doesn't weigh nothing. This is carbon fiber rod. I've got a handle that you can see right here, which is tied to my shoe, and when I use it, I use it. I also have a grip on the side. Okay, I have one of these hand grips. I use it like this. All right, so in reality, I'm not putting a lot of weight on the handle itself at all. Okay, plus I've got my strap. All right, so it gives me more support, and it gives me a much better ability to physically stabilize my image and my recording. Okay, because you want to be able to stabilize your recording, because for example, on this particular camera that you see here, which is the XT2, all right, it doesn't have image stabilization, and it doesn't have IBIS. All right, so the image stabilization that I use comes straight from my lens, because I've got an 18-55, and as you can see right there, my 18-55, it has OIS. Okay, it has optical image stabilization. So I use my optical image stabilization by switching that button right there. You see it right there? Okay, optical image stabilization. All right, so I use my lens optical image stabilization because most of the shots that I do, I don't really do them handheld. I usually do them from a tabletop, and when I use a tabletop, I don't need optical image stabilization. When I use a tabletop tripod, that is, right? Or when I use a regular tripod, I don't need optical image stabilization because my camera is stable. So the few times that I actually pick up the camera and I handheld it, to do certain kind of, let's say, videography work, video shooting, those few times I really do not need, the extra optical image stabilization right now. Okay, but what I do use is the optical image stabilization from the lens, and that's more than suffice. All right, that's more than suffice. IBIS, sometimes I think IBIS is overrated. Okay, IBIS is overrated because when you use IBIS, most people think, oh well, because the camera has IBIS, oh my God, it's going to solve all my stabilization issues, and it doesn't. All right, the reason that IBIS, okay, was developed was not so much to do video work. If you're going to really be serious about doing video work, you're going to be using a professional gimbal. You're not going to be using IBIS anyways, okay? That is totally irrelevant and totally, not even there, okay? So you're not using your IBIS to do any sort of professional work. If you're doing, like for example, you're doing photography, and you need your lens to be stabilized, IBIS is 100% a gift sent from heaven, all right, because it's actually good. But for video work, not really, okay? For video work, you want to use a gimbal, all right, if you're going to be more of a professional, or you want to use other means to be able to stabilize yourself, the way that you stand, the ways that you pose, the way that you handle your camera, the way that, you know, all of that is more important than IBIS on your camera. IBIS doesn't do miracles, okay, for all of you guys saying, oh my gosh, the camera's got IBIS and now I can go ahead and run and shoot and do all these things, you know. No. All right, you're gonna see all kinds of crazy stuff. You're gonna see all kind of warping in the back, you know, and it doesn't matter what camera it is. It doesn't matter if it is you know, a Canon R5 or if it's the you know, Sony you know, A7S III. You're still going to have some issues when you're using, you know, your built-in IBIS, right? So if you want to do your more professional work where you don't see your back, you know, kind of like moving or shaking or warping, you know, or doing all kinds of crazy things once in a while, you know, you want to use your gimbal. So, all right, getting back to this, all right, the way that I live stream, right, with this setup is what I do, okay, is I take my setup that you see here, which is a simple setup. It's not a very large setup, as you can see. It's a solid setup, okay. I really enjoy it and I really like it, okay. You can see it right there, all right, with my camera and everything. And what I do is I take my HDMI port that you see right there, all right, and what I do is I go and I'll use my let me take this out this way, all right. I don't want to drop my camera, okay. Yeah, I'm on the table right here, all right, and I just definitely don't want to drop it, okay. So what I do is I'll hook up my HDMI mini port, okay, with this cable, and what I'll do is I'll take this cable and I'll put what is called a capture device. It's called a UVC capture device. And this particular one is one that's available excuse me, all over the internet. It's like $15, okay. You can also use the Elgato, the 4K one. You know, they both are what is called UVC. Now, the Elgato one on this particular setup, right, when you use this particular setup, it sort of doesn't really produce the kind of quality that you want, because it's an Elgato issue, all right. It is not the fact that it's a UVC. So I'm having issues with the Elgato, and I already talked to them, and it is an Elgato issue. If I were to get the Blackmagic makes one. It's like $495 for 4K. I don't have no issues, okay, with that one, okay. I've already tried it. I rented it, okay, to try to make sure that it works, and it works beautiful. But I don't need it, okay. I don't need it because unless I'm gonna go ahead and stream a 4K stream, then you really don't need it. This is more than suffice. This here is only $15, and it can do 1080 up to 60 frames per second, guys. Okay, this one can do up to 60 frames per second, and I don't get no drop frames. I don't get nothing at all. So if I want to do in 4K, I will go out and I will rent, okay, a Blackmagic. I'm not going to spend $495 for a 4K capture card when I'm only going to use it once or twice, you know, maybe, you know, in a month. You know, I only pay like $20 for the rental. It doesn't make any sense to go out and put out $500, okay, for a Blackmagic capture card where I'm not going to have that much use for it. So anyways, so then what I do is, okay, I plug this in, all right, and then at the other end, I put a cable, all right. It's a OTG. It's called OTG. It goes from a USB-C to USB-A, and I plug this in and I plug it into my cell phone, all right. And once I plug it into my cell phone, as soon as you plug the camera into the cell phone, it's going to come up, and this only works for Android folks, okay? It's going to come up with a window, all right, that says, do you want to allow this null connection? You press OK because it's actually taking the feed from the camera into your phone. Now there's a couple of applications that actually work. All right, one of them is called USB Camera Pro. USB Camera Pro is the less expensive one. It is only $5.49. I bought that one yesterday, but the problem with that particular Android app is that you have to manually set everything up. You have to set your stream key. You've got to go, in other words, go to your YouTube channel, copy your stream key, you know, and put it on the app itself. And you've got to put the settings for the what is it, the RMTP server, I think that's what it's called. All right, anyways, you know what I'm talking about. All right, and you've got to put those server settings, you know, where what is the URL for that particular server, and then that's it. Once you have it set, okay, then it's good and you're good to go. Now on the other hand, okay, there is another software, but it's another app, but that app is it can be free or it can be in a paid version. The free version is only allows you to actually stream at 720p. The paid version allows you to stream all the way to 4K. You're only limited by your server. Now this app is called Camera-Fi Live. Camera-Fi Live gives you all sorts of different things. For example, you can see on my left hand side, let me see, I think it's on this side. Okay, you see it right there. Right there, you can see my chats. All right, so if somebody was to type something, I'm going to type something here really quick so you can see. Test, okay, and then test again. All right, oops, no, sorry about that. Test again. Okay, you can see how it's coming up, right? You see how it's coming up. All right, you know, so it's coming up. All right, and so when people start chatting, all right, you can actually, all right, everybody, not only you yourself, but your viewers can see, all right, your chats, all right, and that's kind of good, all right, because you have that interaction, all right, with you know, with the people, which is great. Okay, so that's how you keep everything, you know, going. And I can also remove my chats. Okay, if I want to remove my chats, I go to where it says chats, all right, and I can actually I can do a lot of things. Okay, I can change the colors of my chat, so instead of having a white background, I'm gonna put it as a blue background. All right, and now I'm gonna go ahead and do another chat. All right, test. Now this time it should be blue. Oops, it's not blue because I have to turn it off first. Okay, it's blue. All right, and it's, there we go. All right, and so let's try again. All right, test. Anyways, you get the message. Okay, you get the whole idea, the whole concept of how it works. If I want to turn off my chats, okay, I can turn them off. All right, and there you go. All right, see how the lettering, okay, how the lettering, you know, the fonts, the color of the fonts was blue. All right, now I turned them off. All right, so you're gonna see that I turn them off right here. Excuse me. And I can control all of that. All right, I can control all of that. You know, I can do all sorts of things. It's like I just turned them off. All right, and so now I have also overlays. You can see my overlay. All right, in the view that I have an overlay that if you see down there, right, it says Orlando for Fun with my name. All right, and it's got a whole overlay completely. Now on the view that I am seeing, okay, right in the middle, I can see how long I've been broadcasting. I can see that I've been broadcasting for 38 minutes. And then this up here is also an overlay. That right there is also an overlay. You know, I can turn them off. I can change the overlays. You know, so it's very customizable. All right, and that's a great thing for this software. It's kind of like Ecamm, all right, but everything is done from the phone. All right, so your signal that you're getting from your camera, all right, is going to be a very solid, very beautiful signal, right? And you're going to be able to control your camera. You're going to be able to do all of these things of overlays. You can do all sort of opening things. You can do all sorts of closing things, you know, and it's great. Okay, it's really really good. So let me show you a little bit more, okay, so that you guys can see the power that this has. All right, I can do, let's say, let me turn, okay, these off for a second. All right, so I turn those off. So now let's say I have a, let's say I'm selling, okay. I want to open up my channel and I want to start selling things. All right, I've got things like I can put ads, okay. I can be talking kind of like a QVC, right? Okay, so you know how they do the QVC thing, and they say, well, here you go, I am selling you this right here, and you can buy it for only bam, okay, and there it is, okay. That's the price, and hurry, if I've got a few left, you know what I'm saying, and that sort of thing. You can do this. You can do this with this application. You know, you can also say, oops, we are sold out. Okay, I'm totally sold out. You know, sorry about that. You know, so you've got all these powers, okay, to be able to do all these things with this particular app. All right, you know, that was just an example of some of the things that you can do. You've got different overlays, okay. I can do a different overlay. It's like this one here, okay, where the product is right there. Okay, you see my product, okay, you see it's $2.99. I can change the description of the product, you know, I can do whatever I want with it. I got another one, which is this one here, okay, which is on that side, okay, a different type of product layout, you know, and I also have this one here, okay, you know, the name of my seller, okay, the website, you know, so it's got a lot of power, okay, it's got a lot of power, all right, besides the fact that is, you know, doing your live stream with your camera. All right, now let's look at some other things, okay, that it can do. All right, some other things, you know, like if you want to invite somebody, you know, definitely, you know, I want to, don't forget to subscribe, okay, you know, I can do my advertising, take it back out, you know, all of these things, guys, you can do with this platform. So this platform is pretty well developed. The problem is this, okay, the problem is that the reality, okay, the reality, let me go back and let me put my things here, okay. Okay, the problem, all right, is this, guys, right? The problem is that with this particular setup, you can search everywhere on YouTube, and there really isn't a place that you can go that can kind of like really show you how to do it. All right, you don't, there's nothing out there that will really explain, okay, how to set it up. You kind of like need to play with it, and then after you play with it for a while, then you need to kind of like figure it out. You know what I'm saying? That's how I did, but it was easy for me because, you know, I'm very computer savvy, and I already know how to set up OBS and how to set up overlays and how to do all of that. But for somebody that is new, you might have excuse me, you might have a little small difficulties, if you want to say that, you know, not big, you know, just kind of like obstacles, all right, that you might need to overcome, because there is nothing really in YouTube that tells you how to set it up, all right. And so I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a couple of videos so that you folks can see how it's done, okay, can see how to set it up, how I set it up. You know, I think that's what I would do. So anyways, I hope that this video, I'm already like in 43 minutes, and I don't really want it to be out here this long, but anyways, I hope that this actually helps somebody out there to better understand what it is that we need to do, or what it is that can be done, all right, with the equipment and the advancements of technology without a computer. You really don't need a computer to be able to live stream, you know, with your camera. So I hope this answered, some of your questions. If you do have some of your any questions, feel free to, kind of like text me in the comments, and I will, take a look at it, and I will respond to you. I will be broadcasting again tomorrow. It's getting kind of chilly here, okay, because I'm outdoors, and I'll broadcast tomorrow, and I will bring you some more information on how to do different overlays, like what you're seeing right here, like the overlay that you see right there, and the overlay that you see right there, okay. And if you have any questions, just hit me up, guys. Thank you again. Okay, I haven't done this sort of a broadcast in a very long time. I am broadcasting completely out of a cell phone. All right, I am broadcasting with my camera, with my XT4. Okay, and just to guys let you know. All right, and guys, you can do all these things. Again, for those that have not seen it, let me show you one more time. This is my XT2 setup for broadcasting. All right, I've got an external battery, 10,000 milliamp. I've got a digital recorder. Okay, I'm broadcasting with my XT2. I use my XT2. I love the colors of the XT2 much better than my XT4. I love the 24 megapixel sensor much better than the 26 megapixel sensor. I get much more, the colors are much more cinematic, okay, on the XT2 than that of the XT4. Plus, this camera has one thing that not too many people know. All right, the quality of this camera is really good. Why? Because you see right here, it says made in Japan. Made in Japan, guys. Made in Japan. All right, the cameras that come from Japan are a much better quality than those that are being built in China, and you can see it in the buttons. I had an experience with my XT4, the first one that I had, where this button here, okay, you see these buttons, how you press them and how you lock them. You can lock him in or you can lock him out. All right, you see that? Okay, you see that? Okay, those buttons excuse me, were getting stuck. Okay, those buttons were getting stuck and wouldn't go nowhere. And that was because I think maybe because I got the first run. All right, and I experienced those issues, and I decided to stay with my the colors. I love the colors on the XT2. I've got the new XS10. I think tomorrow I'm going to bring my new XS10. All right, to show you guys the camera live. All right, kind of like talk about that camera for you folks. For you folks that haven't seen it, I've already shot a few things from it. So hopefully we will have a great day tomorrow. So I'll try to stream again. I think my streams are going to start like around 1 o'clock. All right. I want to say more like 1 o'clock, and I will stream tomorrow, guys. For you guys that are listening, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. There's going to be some live events here in the Orlando area. I'm going to live stream some of the events tomorrow for the first time, all right, using my cameras hooked up to my cell phone, and we'll see how it turns out. So anyways, this is Charles Richard. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks once again for joining me.